Hi everybody, KC0 VII Tom.
This is KD0 TLJ Joyce.
The Iowa State Fair started today, so it's a big change here in North Iowa in the campgrounds. Usually end of June, all of July, and the first part of August, it's prime camping time and the place is packed full of people. But as soon as the State Fair comes on, it is quite sparse here at Hoverson. So this morning I had to run up to Austin to, we had a post-mortem meeting on the 40th class reunion, and we actually had a little money left over. We didn't lose money. We got a little money for the 45th, so that's good news. And you were doing what this morning?
Yes, I was busy this morning getting mums. It's that time of the year. Mum time.
Yeah, so we haven't had a video up lately, so we thought we'd post, and we got 3 videos, I believe it is, the projects around the camper on Pooh, and we'll pull those up, throw those up here, and later on we'll give you guys a closure at a campfire at the end of the night. So all in all, it's been a nice summer.
Yeah.
It's going fast. We're already into August. State Fair, like I said, is starting. Next thing you know, school will be starting up in a couple of weeks. We are getting tons of calls at the help desk at work. Kiddies are going through orientation and not reading the instructions on how to log in and their accounts, so they're getting locked out. And next thing you know, faculty feedback, we'll be going through another stream of that where we got to get calls from faculty and help them get going. So
Yeah, that's the way it is.
So
Happy fall.
well, we got a decent weather here. We got sun's not quite out yet, still a little overcast. It's not raining. We're gonna go through on these fiberglass style motorhomes. If you use something like this, it's a heavy or a gel gloss heavy duty RV wash and wax. What it does, I showed you before, you get this oxide material, and as you go through and wash it, it's kind of hard to tell on this side. We're in the shade, but I've made one pass on this. We'll go around the front here. I haven't done it. Doesn't work on metal. Found that out last year. But here on this side, it looks pretty good. The water's drying off, and then we get to here, and you can actually see the transition line between what I have not washed and what I have washed once. It's quite amazing stuff. Like I said, you pick it up at any RV supply house, Amazon probably got them. Usually I try to get it done sooner in the spring, but this year with all the wet weather, we couldn't get that far. And like I said, I've already gone from the back corner around and up to this point, and I'll probably do it again to get wash it twice just to get all the oxide left from the winter time. But it really shines up an old girl like this. Like I said, I'll work around the back and we'll go from there. Okay, 2 passes. Sun finally came out. Looks like we'll be out the rest of the day. It's really does a number on that oxide. Not what their local place closing. I'm going to have to find someplace online, I guess. Get here on the dark side. And a lot of arm work. I tell you, my arm's about ready to fall off, it feels like. Like I said, this stuff works great on fiberglass material. If you have aluminum siding or your car, like a normal travel trailer, or steel siding like a car, it does not work good. So, okay, this project started out, we noticed that the light by the door outside was cracked, and we wanted to replace it. It was a white lens on it. We wanted to put a yellow lens or an orange lens, not to attract bugs at night. Seemed to have good luck with that. I know some people say that's just Wisetail, but it seems to work for us. So the bulb that was in there was the old incandescent style. These draw roughly an amp to 2 amps depending on the type. This is an 1141 bulb, I believe it is. Yeah, 1141. And like I said, these old draw anywhere between 1 to 2 amps. The fixture was pretty well shot, and we wanted to replace it with something better, LED preferred. Trying to find an LED strip light that was just one color, just white, not multicolors, not with the strober, not with the dancing deal. We're not running a disco here or a rage. The found one, and I'll show you here how it looks outside. To control it, I picked up this 4-gang switch. Originally it was just a 2-gang. You have the outdoor light and the light here in the kitchen or dining area. We had a couple extra switches here. The wire for the outdoor light went in. This is the wall between us and the refrigerator, door in the refrigerator, so we just used the existing wire that went up to the light as a messenger line, tied on the wire, and pulled from here out, and we had to spool the wire down here, taking two wires up here, one for the existing light and the strip light. As you can see, we just mounted, it has like a 3M backing, and in a year that has kind of yellow, which is okay. It still shows up pretty good at night. And there, of course, had a little section of it left, so we mounted that to the spring here and just ran that up to the light switch also. And if you can see on these, there's actually the LEDs, some resistors, and a cut point where you can actually, where those four little circles are right there, that's actually a cut point. You can actually cut that, and if you had to, solder on. And that was the other thing, that was quite joyful trying to solder onto that. It's a little difficult. You got to make sure everything's good and clean, and away she went. How does it look out at night? This is a new fixture with the LED bulb in it with an orange lens. And here is the strip light, the LED strip light. The light reflecting out the awning when the awning's out. It's amazing that the Hero 3 Plus is picking up this low light level. We had a little bit left over, he said, so we mounted it underneath the door, between the door and the steps, illuminate the steps. And this is all three lights up and running. Installing that was kind of interesting. Most people who play around with their cars installing stuff will recognize red and black hookup wire. Red is our positive or hot, and black is our common or ground on your 12-volt systems. If you do any work in your house or commercial business, or 120 volts, white is our neutral, bare or green is our ground, and black is our hot. Black is hot, black is ground, 12-volt side. So you think, okay, 120 volts, 12 volts, that's easy to take, understand. Cars, trucks, RVs, again, on the 12-volt side, red is hot, black is ground, or negative. When you get into the living section of an RV, you'll have some of this to all the 120-volt devices, outlets, your refrigerator, for that. And again, black is hot, white is neutral, green is ground. The ground is actually attached to the metal wall of the case, in case you get a short from the hot, you don't light up like a Christmas tree. This will draw that current down to ground and trip the breaker, hopefully. Unfortunately, on the 12-volt systems in some RVs, they're using this because it's just one piece of wire, spool of wire they have to buy. Again, black is hot, white is neutral, or white is ground in a 12-volt system. It took me a little bit and a couple fuses to finally get that pounded into my head that 12-volt systems, red and black, 12-volt system, black and white. So if you go to modify your lights or any 12-volt system in your RV, just a little food for thought here. Again, these 1144 or 1141s in this example, the bayonet style bulb that turns, push in, turns in, take out, pull it out. There's 17 of these bulbs in this rig, so you're drawing almost 18 amps when we turn them all on. If you're at an RV park plugged in, or if you have solar, we haven't had solar yet, you're going to be okay because you're going to be able to supply that from the outlet. If you're out boondocking, your battery's not going to last too long, so that's why we want to switch over to an LED element. The first LED replacement I found was a little, probably like a 3x3 or 3x2, yeah, it was 3x3 piece of ceramic with LEDs on it. It had a pigtail that actually, the end of the pigtail had this bayonet stud. It just plugged in and twist, and away you went. Got them really cheap online, and again, the old saying, if it's too good to be true on the pricing, there's a reason. And sure enough, the first time I lit one off, it nice bright light and smelled like somebody's cooking chicken. The LEDs got so hot they unsoldered themselves and started falling off the white ceramic onto the little plastic lens and diffuser and started melting their way through. So I did a little more searching and came up with these guys. The These come in different brightness, white level, I guess you'd call it, and brightness too. I mean, you can check if you can find some that are really bright and really white, or semi-white, or kind of a yellow color to them, depending on what your choice. I think I paid $1.25 for these. I bought them at a lot of 20, a group of 20. Got a pretty good discount. Plugged them in. I was just sat there and waiting, and none of them melted. So worked pretty good. It says you turn them all on now, and we barely get to 2 amps on the whole system. These are very good energy-wise. We don't have a problem running these now with the batteries. We'll go shopping or something, and we can leave a light on. Don't have to worry about it, unlike the old incandescent styles. Okay, today we're going to talk about something dirty. Gray water or black water tanks. A lot of these older campers, you don't have a flushing system on your 2 tanks, your gray and your black water. Little argument going on in the industry, well, does a gray tank really need a flusher? Black tanks do, because you have solids, toilet paper, and number 2 coming out. And a lot of people, they try to conserve on the amount of water they put down the black tank, not realizing they need, for the black tank to work correctly, you need that extra bit of water. So a lot of guys said, I'll just go behind a tree, save on the space in my gray and my black tank. So the newer campers do come with these little flushers. Comco and a few other companies have come out with these little add-on flushers. This one I picked up online last fall. I was just kind of cruising looking for something else when you have a short attention span. It came across this. Somebody was liquidating a bunch of stuff out of their shop, so I picked up 2 of these. Normally these run for about $30, and I got both of these for just under $30. It comes with a little nozzle that you drill a hole in the back of your tank, goes in there, and the way the water pattern comes out, the spray will come out the bottom, the center, a nice spray going all around it and everything. They do make another one that this tip will rotate. I just think it'd be one more thing to fail, so I didn't opt for one of those. The kit, like I said, you get the little adapter, the hose. The hose had a kink in it, and that's hanging up in the warm greenhouse to get the plastic warm so it can bend it easily into shape. Got to have a little RTV, a little silicone to seal it up. Follow the instructions. The instructions are pretty straightforward. Let's see if we can get down here without hitting our heads. They tell you to measure the center of the tank, then come down roughly 2 inches, actually 2 inches, drill your hole there. Then drill 3 small holes for the screws, put in there, RTV it up or silicone up, put it in there. Then the hose will just go around to the 2 gate valves, and that way we can hook the hose up there when we're flushing out the system. Normally, if you don't have one of these flushers, what you have to do is either stick the hose down the toilet or the kitchen sink, fill the tank up with water, gray or black tank, open the gate valves and dump them out, and close them and repeat. Or you can get something like this. It's a little clear gate valve. This goes on the output of the tank by the normal gate valve. You got a adapter here to put your garden hose. You close this, you open up your black water tank, allow the garden hose to fill up the tank, dump it, and do the same thing for the gray tank. It takes a little time to the hole going into it for the garden hose is quite small, and if you're at a campsite where there's already a line at the dump station, you don't want to take up too much time there. Just kind of keep the line moving. So the idea with this is you put the nozzle on the end of the tank and force everything out through the drain. Still be using this so I can monitor what's leaving, so as soon as it gets clear I can stop and move along. The gray water tank should not have anything really solid in it, but you can get stuff down there, coffee grounds, peels off of whatever she's cooking in the kitchen, so there may be some stuff in there and it will accumulate. Or if you don't dump the tank for some reason and it kind of evaporates out through the vent pipe, throughout the summer, you can have a little residue. So I'm kind of curious what we got here, so give you a little shot when we're all done. Well, that went in very easily. Really strange. It came with screws that were flatheads. I mean, they were straight blades. They weren't, like a Phillips. So it kind of threw me off a little bit. Hole went in real fast. The RTV it up, slapped the thing on there, screwed her down, and away she went. We'll run the hoses here as soon as the RTV dries up. Okay, ran into a little bit of a snafu here. The end of the tank where this is going to go, we got a bumper or something here in the way, so we're going to have to go to plan B. I think what we'll do is mount it back in here. Ideally not the best location, but it's still on the end of the tank. The drain's down there. This would be the far end, and it's going to push water here to go out that way. Okay, finally got this job done. Boy, it got warm out here today. I was able to route and put the mounts, holding tank, sewer tank, or the black water tank, wastewater or gray water tank, mount on the outside. They got little caps on it. Then we let's get down in here. Routed the lines up around the side of the tank, into the tank. Then we'll go over to this tank. The actual length to do this was probably an hour, a little over an hour for both of them total. The hardest thing was just routing the hoses, make sure they weren't going to rub against anything. The next hardest thing was just getting the courage to drill the holes in the tank. The actual drilling took, man, I had the holes drilled and the silicone applied and screwed in 10 minutes for each one. That went real fast. We'll just let that silicone dry up and we'll go from there. The idea is you hook up the little clear plastic tube to the sewer line to the your clean out station. Hook your black, you should have a special hose for when you do this so you don't get that contaminated, because there is a slight chance you're going to get some black water into your garden hose. You don't want to use that to fill your freshwater tank. That would taste bad. But hook that up to the proper nozzle and flush out the tank, get water behind all the cruds in the tank, and it should go down the drain fairly easily. So all in all, if you got an older camper like Pooh here, it's like I said, for $30 and an hour out of your time, it should hopefully improve your your system. So well, there we go, 3 little projects we did on Pooh. I'm gonna have to redo the first one because we were just noticing this morning there's a little grungy on the outside, so she needs another bath. The flushers work real good. I really didn't think I needed to show a video of the solids going out when you turn those on, but good way to extend the life so you don't have to worry about anything build up. And we did forget to take the camera out the campfire. Somebody was having way too much fun at the campfire.
Didn't even think of it. It was a beautiful night.
Oh, it was a gorgeous night for a campfire till it started raining.
Yes, yes.
So, but then again, knowing her, if it would have started raining, would have probably still been out there.
Yep, we would have.
We taking a look at September. We have camping. Fall Fest first weekend.
Yep.
We're probably camping at Cicada State Park, I believe it's called,
Cicada,
up by Waterville, Minnesota. Going to shoot some video of that. That's a pretty nice little campground.
Really pretty. So.
Then we have Renaissance Fair with the Nystrom, so we'll try to get some video of that too. And
yep, that should be good.
And that's, rumor has it, that's the last time the Renaissance, so this year will be the last time at that location in the process supposedly of moving. The land is owned by a rock quarry, and they're using that material for roadbed material, I guess, or some type of construction. So
yeah, so it'll be no more. So
yeah, different locations, still going on different locations.
Yes, yes.
So we'll just kill it here, and be sure to tell your friends, neighbors, like, share, hit that little bell up top for notifications when we release new videos.
Please subscribe, and 7 3s.
7-3, everybody.